Hello, everybody. Hello. Waiting for the stream to come up on my YouTube. So, hang on tight. Awesome. Hi, happy Halloween, everybody. And thank you for watching. Okay, so got something very specific that I'd like to do today. Last week, I did a stream about my research process. So I didn't really complete the research process for any one particular video, but I kind of showcased how I think through collecting information for my videos. And I think the natural thing to do today is to make a video. So I'm going to be making a YouTube short from scratch about a topic that I've included in the description. It's about whether or not Hayao Miyazaki likes the Beatles. It's based on, well, let me see. Have the image here. It's based on this joke image where he says that he fucking hates the Beatles. So it's just a short little video about this. It's going to be a YouTube short. I think this is going to take maybe, the YouTube short will probably be about 30 seconds. But it can be up to a minute. So we'll see how long it takes. And for the stream, I've allocated an hour. I'm going to keep going until the video is up, until the short is uploaded. But it could take as short as 20 minutes. Because I actually, as you can see, already have some of the, I already have all of the research completed. So I know that there is enough content to become a video. This is the stuff that, I'm not sure what this is. What is that? Can't remember what I liked about this. I think this is, oh, that's Murakami. Okay. So I already know that this is going to be a good video. Because there's enough content to make a video. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make, given that I already have the research, I'm going to write the script, I'm going to record the script, and then I'm going to put everything together in After Effects. I've already collected the images that I need. So let's get into it. Okay. So first is writing the script. For a 1 minute YouTube short, I aim for about 200 words. And 200 words I think is a bit on the high end. So you can upload up to a 3-minute short now, but they're actually rolling out that feature, so I can't do that yet. So I definitely can't go over a minute. And I'm just going to write all the information that I have, and we'll see how long it takes, or how many words that is. Okay, so here's the information that I collected. Basically, this is a joke image. He didn't say this. The other thing that the other joke text that's overlaid over this image, let me pull it up, is this one where he says, anime was a mistake. It's nothing but trash. He definitely did not say this. The subtitle, this is from a film, which I also have a copy of that I'll be pulling into my video. The film is called, let me make sure, because there's a couple of different Miyazaki documentaries. This one in particular, I'm doing something in the background. This one's called The Kingdom of Dreams and Madness. And I have the timestamp where the scene comes in. And this is what the subtitles actually say. There are otakus, it's a fetish. Otakus don't ever learn anything. So in these Miyazaki documentaries, he tends to be kind of curmudgeonly about a bunch of different topics, in addition to talking about anime. And here he kind of complains about otaku. And I'm not really going to get into like what that means, what he means by that. The first thing I want to do is establish that I have this clip, this source, and this is not where he doesn't say this. Okay, but I actually found out that what he actually thinks about the Beatles, which is pretty funny. So that'll come later in the video. But I want to start with this. So the thing about a short is that people say, my assumption is, I guess I haven't verified this, is, people are scrolling through the feed, so it has to be really punchy. and you want something to kind of reel somebody in and give the promise of the video in the first sentence, ideally. Establish the premise of the video. When I make like a longer video, like for example, the lunch lead video I just uploaded, I was okay with like keeping the intro a bit longer and like giving giving like expository detail, and taking a little bit longer, expecting people will hang on before I have to try and reel them in. But with a short, because they're scrolling through the feed, I think people say it's important to be really punchy early on. So the first line would just be something like, does Hayayo and if not, so this is, I think, the premise of the video. And another way to phrase this, another alternative like punchy first line that I'm considering, is just showing this image and having the first line be, did Miyazaki say I fucking hate the Beatles? But the thing about this that's making me hesitate actually is like, when you upload your video, you have to put in certain, if you're partnered, you have to put in like what kind of content sensitivity warnings you want for the video, because advertisers look at that stuff. So I don't want like, the foul language is kind of like funny. And I think it's kind of necessary to talk about this video, but it's also not good, I don't think, to put it in the thumbnail or like really emphasize it. So that's why I'm like hesitating for if I want to make this the first line. So the alternative would be, the thumbnail could be something like, did say, it could be the same thing, but just censored out. And then I could like say it out loud, but then this would be the thumbnail. And then this could also be the title, because this ultimately is what I'm trying to get at. So I think this is going to be, my provisional title, and I'm just going to say it. Because I haven't had any reason to use language in any of my past videos, but I'm not opposed to it. And it seems like pretty important to the crux of what I'm trying to say. So that's my opening sentence. Did Miyazaki say I fucking hate the Beatles? And if not, what does he think about the Beatles? Okay, then I'm going to kind of explain the context, which is, you might have seen this screenshot or this meme. Let me see. There's a bunch of different memes that are dubious, comparing Miyazaki and Junji Ito, which are like of questionable veracity. And I actually don't have my research has led me to believe that Junji Ito does like the Beatles. I don't know if it's his favorite band. I don't know where the screenshot comes from. But that's not going to be part of this short, because that would probably push it over a minute, and that can be another video later on. So let's just keep writing the script. I've seen this screenshot. Saying he of a meme. Okay, and I need to keep this all together because I need to do the word count to make sure I'm going to be within a minute of a meme comparing him to Junji Ito, or in this screenshot. Maybe. One thing is for sure, he did not say it in this in this I guess still image. This is from the, get some information about the this documentary, The Kingdom of Dreams and Madness, 2013 documentary. The Kingdom, let me just, this is the movie. And I believe I've seen parts of this documentary, and if I remember correctly, it's actually pretty touching. Because let me see. Yeah, because I think 2013. I think when they were filming, well, when did The Wind Rises come out? Let me see. At least in 2013. Okay. I think Miyazaki relates this anecdote about how during production, the nuclear disaster and the earthquake on March 11th, 2011 happened, and he went out to visit the disaster area and was really moved by what he observed there, and that affected his creation of the movie. The theme that I seem to remember is that he was moved by how in difficult times people try and like make, I guess, do what they think is right and try and get by in the world. So it's actually a pretty touching documentary. But in any case, for this one, in this case, we're just going to kind of matter-of-factly say it's from this documentary. In this scene, he complains about otaku. Which has also anime was a mistake. This from the 2013 documentary, The Kingdom of Dreams and Madness. In this scene, he complains about otaku. Let me watch this scene real quick, and let me see if I can remember what the context is. Let's see, I have it open here. You're going to hear the audio, but not see the video. Okay, so yeah, he complains about otaku, and I guess their ability to be creative. All right, how many words am I at? Am I already at like 150? 100. Okay, so we're on good pace. Okay. Meant by that. But he clearly did not talk about the Beatles. But I think how he does feel in... Okay, so here's the next part I'm going to explain in the video. There's this quote attributed to Miyazaki in an interview with Shibuya Yoichi. And I've kind of like identified some information about this. And I found this quote attributed to him in multiple places. So the quote says, and I'll probably use my translation that is like machine assisted, but it says, I'm not the type of person who listens to the Beatles, but I really like Bruce Springsteen. So let me see what he actually says about Bruce Springsteen, because I can't quite write the rest. When I see his audience singing along to Hungry Heart, I feel like we're here to represent us. Please don't tell me I've been muted. Okay, good. Good. Okay, yeah. So this is from an interview with Shibuya Yoichi, and they're like, I wouldn't just take a Yahoo answer as authoritative. I don't have the copy of the magazine, but this quote is multiply attested to. So there's also a tweet which says that Miyazaki said this in an interview. And finally, on this section of Japanese Wikipedia, translate it, for Hayao Miyazaki, explains that, he likes Bruce Springsteen. He finds him very influential, and it cites the same magazine that the person on Yahoo Answers did. It's the, if you can see here, how do we jump? Okay, it's Cut Magazine, which is like a sub-publication of Rocking On, which is like, I guess, the publishing house. And the article title is called Sayonara Niju Jidai. Seki. Goodbye 20th Century. So I don't really know why Miyazaki was interviewed as part of this article called Goodbye 20th Century, but it seems pretty clear that, to me, it seems like there's good evidence, even though I don't have access to the article, that he said the quote that's attributed to him in this interview. So I wish I could have the original, but I don't. I do have a cover somewhere. And Bocchi the Rock was on the cover of Cut Magazine too, which is funny. So here's the cover. I guess they even have like some inside pages. But yeah, I don't have a copy of. Well, let me see. Does this reference that there's a Miyazaki interview in this? Okay, it doesn't even reference that there's a... Yeah, I don't know. It also confuses me too that the article is called Goodbye 20th Century, but this is the January 2001 copy, because I would expect they would run that title in January of 2000. But whatever. Okay, I'm rambling a lot, so we're up to 20 minutes already, but our script is mostly done. So I'm just kind of really deliberately explaining everything that I found. Okay. Should I just use machine translation? Let me see. Okay. Yeah. Not a person who listens to the Beatles. But I like Bruce Springsteen. This is cited as being in an interview, being from an interview. How do I describe Yoichi Shibuya, music critic. Okay, sure. From the 2001, January 2001 edition of his magazine, Cut. I don't have a copy, but it seems repeatable. There are multiple sources attesting to Miyazaki. Cut. This quote in particular, or being fond of. In this issue. And he also, I'll just mention, he mentions he's a big fan of the 1969 film Easy Rider. And I might have to cut this because there might not be enough time. So, where he also said that he enjoys the 1969 film Easy Rider. So to summarize, he doesn't. Fucking hate the Beatles. He probably, I guess I don't know for sure. Okay, great. So this is my script. 241 words. So I definitely need to cut stuff. Okay. So we're taking that out because I'm just going to copy this. Just put it under like a header original. Cuts. Okay. And you cut this down to definitely under 200 words. And I think a minute is too long to explain this anyway. So let's see what I can do. So I'll just add the explanation to this sentence. But there are multiple online, this quote, or being fond of Bruce Springsteen. Saying this quote or that he enjoys Bruce Springsteen in this issue. Okay. Okay. Something that I found is I feel like I'm decent at writing, but actually my default way of writing is I write the way that I speak. And it turns out that the way that you speak is very inefficient, in the sense that there's a lot of words that can be cut out. So oftentimes I'll like write a word key, and I'm not even just talking about like filler words like. There are a lot of really awkward constructions where words can be saved. I try and do that in all my videos just to make sure that I'm delivering my message effectively, efficiently. But in shorts, it's extra important to have efficiency of delivery, I think, because you're only getting, say, a minute. And so I'm going to try and cut this down as much as I can. You might have seen. You might have. You may have seen Miyazaki saying he hates the Beatles. Seen the screenshot. I've seen Miyazaki saying he hates the Beatles in the screenshot. maybe in the context of me compare him to Junji Ito. But did he say it? And I think this is a pretty common pattern. Maybe this is something that I do where I kind of like have the lead on, which is very provocative, and then I kind of explain the premise of the video more fully later on. One thing is for sure, he did not say it here, which has also been associated with the phrase anime was a mistake, it's nothing but trash. This still is from the 2013 documentary The Kingdom of Dream Madness. This scene where he complains about otaku. I don't need to elaborate on that. I won't get into what he meant to that. But he clearly did not talk about the Beatles. However, I think I know how he does feel. There is a quote attributed to Miyazaki that explicitly says, "I'm not a person who listens to the Beatles, but I like Bruce Springsteen." This is, what's this word that I want here? There's a quote. There is a direct quote that said, there's a better way to say this. Miyazaki is quoted as saying, "I'm not a person who listens to the Beatles, but I like Bruce Springsteen." Okay, this is attributed to an interview with music critic and editor Yoichi Shibuya from the January 2001 edition of his magazine Cut. I don't have a copy, but there are multiple online sources attesting to Miyazaki saying this. He enjoys Bruce Springsteen in this issue. So to summarize, he probably doesn't fucking hate the Beatles, but he doesn't listen to them either. You know, so this is solidly 200 words. I should try and cut a little bit more, because if I don't cut now, I'm going to be cutting later to get it under a minute, I think. So what can I do? You may have seen Miyazaki saying he hates the Beatles. It's going to be, so this is an example of an inefficiency. The fact that there's this screenshot where he's saying he hates the Beatles is going to be apparent from the visuals, because it's going to be showing the screenshot on the screen when you're hearing this. And I think there's like an accessibility issue here for people who like can't see the visual. But I think it's apparent from the context that this word is like, these words are extraneous. So I'm going to cut that. It should save like 2 seconds. I can say it there. Not say it in this screenshot, which has been associated with the phrase, which has also been associated with the phrase, anime is a mistake. It's nothing but trash. This scene is from the 2013 documentary, The Kingdom of Madness. I won't get into that, but he clearly did not talk about the Beatles. However, I think I know what he does feel. Miyazaki is quoted as saying, "I'm not a person." Okay. Great. So this is my script. Next thing to do is to record it. I'm satisfied with the script, and usually while I'm recording, I'll make like slight changes to the script if I decide that something doesn't sound good when read. That does sound good like written, but that's what we're going to switch to. So let me show you that process. Boop. Okay. So this is Adobe Audition where I do my recording. Yeah, I'm just going to get into it. It's only going to be a minute long, so I should probably do it in one take. And so you're going to be hearing my voice as it's recorded, and you're going to hear the playback too. So let's just get into it. Maybe I could just say, I effing hate the Beatles the first time. I'll just do that. Okay. Did Miyazaki say, I effing hate the Beatles? And if not, what does he think about the Beatles? Okay, let me just do a sound check. Did Miyazaki say, I effing hate the Beatles? And if not, what does he think about the Beatles? Okay. Yeah, just record like that. Did Miyazaki say, I effing hate the Beatles? And if not, what does he think about the Beatles? Did Miyazaki say, I effing hate the Beatles? And if not, what does he think about the Beatles? You may have seen Miyazaki saying he hates the Beatles, maybe in the context of a meme comparing him to Junji Ito. You may have seen Miyazaki saying he hates the Beatles, perhaps in the context of a meme of comparing him to Junji Ito. But did he say it? You may have seen Miyazaki saying he hates the Beatles, maybe in the context of a meme comparing him to Junji Ito. But did he say it? Ugh. Maybe in the context of a meme comparing him to Junji Ito. But did he say it? One thing is for sure, he did not say it in this screenshot. Oh my gosh. One thing is for sure, he did not say it in this screenshot, which has also been associated with the phrase, anime was a mistake, it's nothing but trash. One thing is for sure, he did not say it in this screenshot, which has also been associated with the phrase, anime was a mistake, it's nothing but trash. This scene is from the 2013 documentary, The Kingdom of Dreams and Madness, where he complains about otaku. I won't get into that, but he clearly did not talk about the Beatles. However, I think I know how he does feel. Miyazaki is quoted as saying, I'm not a person who listens to the Beatles, but I like Bruce Springsteen. This is attributed to an interview with music critic and editor Yoichi Shibuya from the January 2001 edition of his magazine, Cut. I don't have a copy of this edition, but there are multiple online sources attesting to Miyazaki saying this. I don't have a copy, but there are multiple online sources attesting to Miyazaki saying this, or that he enjoys Bruce Springsteen in this issue. I don't have a copy, but there are multiple online sources attesting to Miyazaki saying this, or that he and Bruce... I need to change the script. Saying this, or that he enjoys Bruce Springsteen. Having said this, or that he Bruce... that issue. I don't have a copy. I don't have a copy, but there are multiple online sources attesting to Miyazaki having said this, or that he enjoys Bruce Springsteen in that issue. So to summarize, he probably doesn't fucking hate the Beatles, but he doesn't listen to them either. Okay, let me see. I like how my voice was changing near the end of it, so I might have to re-record the beginning. Did Miyazaki say, I effing hate the Beatles? And if not, what does he think about the Beatles? Did Miyazaki... You may have seen Miyazaki... Did Miyazaki say, I effing hate the Beatles? And if not, what does he think about the Beatles? Bruce Springsteen in that issue. So to summarize, he probably doesn't fucking hate the Beatles, but he doesn't listen to them either. Did Miyazaki say, I effing hate the Beatles? Yeah, that's good enough. Did Miyazaki say, I effing hate the Beatles? And if not, what does he think about the Beatles? Okay. So, I'm going to do noise removal. Capture noise print. Bring him to Junji. Just do this real quick. Okay. You may have seen Miyazaki's... Okay, So what I'm doing right now, I'm happy with the recording, and I think I've said everything I want to say. So I'm going to go through, I'm going to remove like mouth noises, and I'm going to choose the cut that I like the best. And this is also where we're going to get an estimate of how long my recording is. You may have seen Miyazaki saying he hates... You may have seen Miyazaki saying he hates the Beatles, maybe in the context of a meme comparing him to Junji Ito. You may have seen Miyazaki saying he hates the Beatles, maybe in the context of a meme comparing him to Junji Ito. But did he say it? Say, I effing hate the Beatles. And if not, what does he think about the Beatles? You may have seen Miyazaki saying he hates the Beatles, maybe in the context of a meme comparing him to Junji Ito. But did he say it? One thing is for sure, he did not say it in this screenshot. Did he say it? One thing is... Don't want to... I want to keep the silence short, but I don't want to just completely kill it. But did he say it? One thing is for sure, he did not say it in this screenshot. Oh my god. One thing is... I actually like the intonation of this part. One thing is for sure, did he say it? One thing is... But did he say it? One thing is for sure, he did not say it in this screenshot, which has also been associated with the phrase, anime was a mistake, it's nothing but trash. One thing is for sure, he did not say it in... Anime was... One thing is for sure, he did not say it in this screenshot, which has also been associated with the phrase, anime was a mistake, it's nothing but trash. This scene is from the 2013 documentary, The Kingdoms of Jeez, I could not do anything the first time. This scene is from the 2013 documentary, The Kingdom of Dreams and Madness, where he complains about otaku. I won't get into that, but he clearly did not talk about the Beatles. However, I think I know how he does feel. Miyazaki is quoted as saying, I'm not a person who listens to the Beatles, but I like Bruce Springsteen. This is attributed to an interview with music critic and editor Yoichi Shibuya from the January 2001. I'll probably cut out the silence altogether. Critic and editor Yoichi Shibuya from the January 2001 edition of his magazine, Cut. I don't have a copy of this edition, but there are multiple online sources attesting to Miyazaki saying this. Alright, I had to do a couple takes of this because I couldn't get it right. Or maybe just one. I don't have a copy, but there are multiple online sources attesting to Miyazaki having said this, or that he enjoys Bruce Springsteen in that issue. Okay. I don't have... Or... attesting to Miyazaki having said this, or that he enjoys Bruce Springsteen in that issue. So to summarize, he probably doesn't fucking hate the Beatles, but he doesn't listen to them either. Okay, great, and that's 58 seconds. So, yeah, this is the recording, and it's under a minute. So I completely underestimated this. It turns out that like when I make shorts, the fact that I like have a premise and then an investigation and then a conclusion, it just takes a lot of time to get through everything. So it's hard for me to like make a short that's under a minute. The only one that I've made that's under a minute is the Mayonaka Punch one, because it really was just like, here's a reference, just really quick. But when you're actually like trying to kind of create some kind of mini narrative, it's quite hard to fit that in a minute. Okay, so the next step here, make a copy of the recording. Audition has like this history, but it only it doesn't save. If you close like the window, it doesn't save. So in order to like you can't non-destructively edit in Adobe Audition. So what you do is you make a copy of your recording and then do like audio processing on the copy. Okay, so here's my copy. I'm going to close the raw recording so I don't accidentally edit it. And then let me see. In another and I have a list of the audio processing that I do. So I'm just going to do it robotically, not think too much about it. Audio processing. Okay, so I've done my cuts. Then we do noise removal. I've already done that. Hard limiter effects. Hard limiter to, yeah, -6. Normalize to -9. Then I do multiband compressor. So you can, the effect that multiband compressor, I need to figure out like the custom settings. In this screenshot, but which has also been associated with the phrase "automate was a mistake." So that's the raw recording. Multiband compressor does something like this. Just use the broadcast preset, which has also been associated with the phrase "automate was a mistake. It's nothing but trash." This scene is from the 2013 documentary, so it just gives it, I guess, a little bit more body, question mark? Nah, I don't know. Okay, then I bring it down, so targeting -6. Okay, great. And then after I apply the multi-band compressor, it's usually necessary to like add more silence because sometimes like background noise that you missed earlier will actually become relevant after that process, and it'll like create noise, or you'll suddenly hear breath sounds that you previously couldn't. It's one edition of his magazine, Cut. I don't have a copy, but there are but the nice thing about working on everything in the Adobe Creative Suite is like after I import this recording into editing software, I can then edit the recording and like updates in the recording software as well. Okay, great. So next we're going to move on to After Effects and build this video. Okay. New project, file, new project. Wait, I'm already in a new project. New composition. Miyazaki. Social media. Portrait HD. That's what I want. And it's going to be 58 seconds long, so I'm just going to go ahead and do that now. 58. Cool. I'm curious, can you see this window? Don't think you can. No. Great. Miyazaki. Okay. And I think this should be a pretty easy editing job too. So let's see. Audio. And I've already picked out some images that I think are necessary for this one. Let's just bring all these in. There's a couple more that I'm going to have to add, but Beatles. Did Miyazaki say, "I effing hate the Beatles"? Okay, cool. And so now we're going to edit the video. So I want this to be bigger, so hopefully like the subtitles legible. And I don't know. It's like I don't have a problem with foul language, but I feel like it's just like bad form to put it in my thumbnail. So I'm going to cover it up. Like I just feel like it's, I mean, anyone might see the thumbnail. It's just like, I think it's just a little bit of courtesy, I suppose, in case they don't want to see that. So let me see if I can do some kind of blur. Is there a way that I actually don't know. I've never used the blur tools in After Effects. Blur dimensions? I need to apply the effect and just a mask. You know what? I'm just going to do a box. It's easy enough. Okay. mask, and I'm going to invert mask. Yeah, that's good enough. Why not? Did Miyazaki say? Okay. And then the way that you do like a kind of, let me make this a little bit smaller again. The way you do a YouTube short style thumbnail, or at least the way that I do it, and I think this is a pretty standard way to approach it. So you take text, and I just type up what like my hook is, right? So did right. So we're going to do black with white outline. Okay, make it a bit bigger. And I think it'll be readable if I move it like overlapping this a little bit slightly. Might make it even bigger. $120. But I want it to be as legible as possible. And I probably want the Beatles to be on its own line. 120. Already tried that. 110. This is probably a good size. Something that I learned working in like After Effects and Premiere is that there's this concept of like screen safe, where because there's different screen sizes, your image can be distorted slightly. So you want to avoid putting stuff really close to the margins, especially text and other like important materials. So that's, I don't know how relevant it is for YouTube Shorts because I feel like everything's conformed to like a fixed size, but I try and do that as like a principle. Just keep stuff away from the borders. And I think just even if like the screen size is fine, it just seems like a pretty logical thing to do, right? To put important context near the middle. I want this to be readable, so I'm actually going to blow this up a little bit more. 180. Let's do 200. And one way that I could also do this, I could maybe, okay, let me see. So I'm going to center this. And by the way, I'm like not good at After Effects. So, you know, if anybody has any tips or like ways I could be doing things more efficiently, please let me know, because I am very much an amateur. Oh, that's not right. 540. Okay. So what I'm going to maybe do is I'm going to put okay. And I think I want to make the stroke a little bit smaller. Great. And then the effect to make it show up with the words is called text animation opacity. Text animation is what allows you to like time when the words like change the text with respect to time, and then opacity just makes it appear or not appear. Okay, so let's set this up. Oh, that reminds me, I also need to pull in the footage from the movie. Might need this eventually. Okay. Boop. Oh, crap. It's an MKV file. Okay, I don't need it anyways. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. So what am I doing? Range selector. Start. So use this. Okay. Opacity. Set this to 0. There we go. Look at that. Okay, great. And then you do advanced. And I go by word. I think everyone goes by word. Okay. Did Miyazaki say, I effing hate the Beatles? And if not, Okay. Okay. Did Miyazaki say, I effing hate the Beatles? And if not, what does he think about the Beatles? You may... Cool. Yeah. Awesome. So here... Why is this opacity 0%? I'm not sure what the second opacity is for. Okay. Actually, I don't want to change opacity. I would just want to trim this off. Okay. And that looks pretty good. So basically what happens is, my understanding is with shorts, you can't upload a thumbnail. You need to pick it from the video. So that's why I start my videos like this, where I have like the punchy hook, pop it up like that, and then this is where I pick the thumbnail from. So it's the thumbnail. Yeah. Okay. What does he think about the Beatles? You may have seen Miyazaki saying he hates the Beatles. Maybe in the Beatles. Where's the meme? I need to pull up. Do I not have a copy of the meme? Okay. Let me get a copy of the meme where he's compared to Junji Ito. Miyazaki Beatles. There we go. Okay, here's the meme. Boop. Think about the Beatles. You may have seen Miyazaki saying he hates the Beatles. Trim this, trim this. This needs to be bigger. Oh, that's perfect. It's the same size. That's brilliant. Maybe in the context of a meme comparing him to Junji Ito. But did he say it? One thing is for sure, he did. One. Okay, let's bring this back. But did he say it? One thing is for sure, he did not say it in this screenshot, which has also been associated with the phrase. Okay, cut this. Let's bring in the anime as a mistake. Blow this up. T. Okay, good enough. Whatever. But did he say it? One thing is for sure, he did not say it in this screenshot, which has also been associated with the phrase, anime was a mistake. It's nothing but trash. Whoops. This scene is from the 2013 documentary. Okay. Great, let's get the poster for this movie, Dreams and Madness. And I'll use the Western poster. Yeah, so my editing process is, especially for a short, I just kind of, it's difficult for me to like get all the images and have them ready ahead of time. So I just pull the images online and try and find a proper one with reasonable copyright, like as I'm making the video when I need it. It's like the only way that I can do it, really. Probably not the best practice, but it's just so hard to anticipate every image that I'm going to need. But trash. This scene is from the 2013 documentary, The Kingdom of Dreams and Madness, where he complains about otaku. Okay, and I'm just going to let that go in the background while I blow this up. 40, maybe? Oops, scale. 40. 140, 160. Let's go way big. What's going on? Okay, 262. Guess if I go 265 and I get too big, no one will notice. It always leaves the frame after I cut it, which is so weird. It's annoying. Like, it's nothing but trash. This scene is from the 2013 documentary Nothing But Trash. Okay, this needs to go a little bit shorter. This one needs to go a little bit longer, I think. It was a mistake. It's nothing but trash. This scene is from the 2013 documentary. Okay, let's just go back one frame. Oh, that was two. Just one. Okay. 2 frames. 2 frames. Let's try this. It's a mistake. It's nothing but trash. This scene is from the 2013 documentary The Kingdom of Dreams and Madness, where he complains about otaku. I won't get into that, but he clearly did not talk about the Beatles. Cool. However, I think I know how he does feel. Miyazaki is quoted as saying, okay, let me get a copy of the interview. I'm going to get it from Yahoo Answers. Why not? Saki kakte. This is kind of. Let's see. Let me take a look at the video. Let me take a look at the screenshot in the context of the video and see if it fits. Interview. It's not like super crucial. I can link it in the description, so it doesn't like have to be completely readable. But I do want to see how it looks roughly. Yeah, it's fine. Okay. Scale it big. Probably 170. Yeah, that's good. However, I think I know how he does feel. Trim this. Miyazaki is quoted as saying, I'm not a person who listens. I'm not a person. Okay, and I'm going to do a line to indicate where this is coming from. I don't know a good way to do this. I don't know how to like add lines that well. So I think what I do is I add a shape layer. Then I use the pen tool to draw a line. And I should be able to add a stroke to this. But I'm not sure. Let me see. Stroke. Oh yeah, that does work. Nice. No, I want to fill. Fill. Hide the stroke. Fill. Yeah, so the fill doesn't work on just a line created with the pen tool. So, I mean, surely there's got to be a better way, but I can just do a stroke and then do... How do I do this again? I did this for my last video. Above previous. Okay. Yeah, that works. Okay. No, don't do that. Okay, pen tool. There we go. Okay. So then I need a trim paths to get it to move with the text. He is quoted as saying, okay, so start saying, I'm not here. So actually, yeah, it's the end. I'm not a person who listens to the Beatles. Okay, then we make another one. Move that down here. It's over here. Wait, what? That's not what I want. I think I need the pen tool or something. Okay. Go here to the trim paths. So get rid of this keyframe. Hold on. I think I accidentally moved the wrong one. Wait, what? Here. What did I do? He is quoted as saying, "I'm not a person who listens to the Beatles, but okay, here we go. Good. Not a person who listens to the Beatles, but I like Bruce Springsteen." Great. Just make this longer. This is attributed to an interview with music critic and editor Yoichi. Great. Let's get this picture going. Oh, I already had it imported. An interview with music critic and editor Yoichi Shibuya. Oh, it's just in the right place. I'm going to lower the position. I can have both going. I want to put this underneath the interview so it kind of doesn't cover the text. Attributed to an interview with music critic and editor Yoichi Shibuya from the January 2001 edition of his magazine. Okay. Cut. Close this window. I don't need it. Where'd that go? Cut. Magazine. Cut. I don't have a... See how that flows. An interview with music critic and editor Yoichi Shibuya from the January 2001 edition of his magazine. Cut. Okay. Scale this up a little bit more. 30. Oh, that's good. I don't have a copy, but there are multiple online sources. Okay. And now I'm going to create some of these sources. I'll get this tweet. This is off screen, but yeah. Tweet. And I'm also going to, it's also cited. Let me see. Where are all the places where this is referenced? It's mostly the tweet, the question, and actually a Wikipedia citation. So let me grab that. Where is that? Where was that? AQ. No. Hold on. I'm sorry, I'm doing something in a window that I'm not sharing, so let me just find it real quick. Japanese Wikipedia is really weird, by the way. I think an interesting video would be like different differences between like different national versions of Wikipedia. So here's a fun fact. On Japanese Wikipedia, there's a huge number of anonymous contributions compared to other Wikipedia languages. Pretty interesting. Okay. So I'm going to Okay, just going to paste this into a mask so you can see what's going on. No, I can't do that. Okay. Photoshop. Or Paint? Yeah. So I'm going to post it in Paint, and then I'm going to do a snipping tool for it. Okay. So I'm gonna go back to showing what I'm doing. The interview. Oh, I already have the interview. I'm pulling the tweet. Wikipedia. It's just briefly showing that I have multiple sources. I don't have a copy, but there are multiple online sources. What was that again? This one. Online source. Okay, I'm gonna scale these. Scale this one too. Scale this one. Okay, then I'm going to change their positions. The first one I'm going to move up. That was one edition of his magazine, Cut. I don't have a copy, but there are multiple online sources attesting to Miyazaki having said this, or that he enjoys Bruce Springsteen in that issue. This one too. So to summarize, oh, there's a breath sound. Just heard that. Let me fix that real quick. It's right after 54 seconds. Get that real quick. Just heard it. Boop. There we go. Should be fixed now. So to summarize, he probably doesn't. There we go. It's gone. Okay, and then let's finish up with Beatles again. There we go. So to summarize, he probably doesn't fucking hate the Beatles, but he doesn't listen to them either. Did Miyazaki say... loops. Okay, awesome. I think that's the whole video. Let's watch it again. Did Miyazaki say, I effing hate the Beatles? And if not, what does he think about... slow. Let me speed that up a little bit. Text... Did Miyazaki say, I effing hate the Beatles? And if not, what does he think about the Beatles? You may have seen Miyazaki saying he hates the Beatles. Let me fade that out instead of just... T. A little bit longer. Okay, I think that'll look better. Did Miyazaki say, I effing hate the Beatles? And if not, what does he think about the Beatles? You may have seen Miyazaki saying he hates the Beatles, maybe in the context of a meme comparing him to Junji Ito. But did he say it? One thing is for sure, he did not say it in this screenshot, which has also been associated with the phrase, anime was a mistake, it's nothing but trash. This scene is from the 2013 documentary, The Kingdom of Dreams and Madness, where he... Okay, I don't know why I'm micromanaging this specific transition, but I just want to push it back a little bit more. It's too far forward. It was a mistake. It's nothing but trash. This scene is from the... okay. Just a little bit more. It's just awkward when those beats don't feel good. It has also been associated with the phrase, anime was a mistake. It's nothing but trash. This scene is from the 2013 documentary, The Kingdom of Dreams and Madness, where he complains about otaku. I won't get into that, but he clearly did... documentary, The Kingdom of Dreams and Madness, where he complains about otaku. I won't get into that, but he clearly did not talk about the Beatles. However, I think I know how he does feel. Miyazaki is quoted as saying, I'm not a person who listens to the Beatles, but I like Bruce Springsteen. This is attributed to an interview with music... that needs to be a little bit faster. I think. Who listens to the Beatles, but I like Bruce Springsteen. This is... yeah, it just needs to be a little bit faster. Wait. It's this one. Feel. Miyazaki is quoted as saying, I'm not a person who listens to the Beatles, but I like Bruce Springsteen. This is attributed... A little bit faster, please. Not a person who listens to the Beatles, but I like Bruce Springsteen. This is attributed to an interview with music critic and editor Yoichi Shibuya from the January 2001 edition of his magazine, Cut. I don't have a copy, but there are multiple online sources attesting to Miyazaki having said this, or that he enjoys Bruce Springsteen in that issue. So to summarize, he probably doesn't fucking hate the Beatles, but he doesn't listen to them either. Did Miyazaki say, I effing hate the Beatles? Nice. Okay. I'm satisfied with that. So we just export. And I'm going to upload the video in the background. And then when it's uploaded, I don't know what I'm going to do. I guess I'll watch it and then I'll end the stream. There's actually a couple of things that go into uploading a video on YouTube. So I'm probably just going to be silent. I'm not going to share that screen. I don't think there's anything sensitive, but I'm just not going to share that screen anyways. So I'll be working in the background to actually upload the video. And well, it took a bit longer than an hour to finish. If I wasn't explaining everything, it probably would have taken around an hour. But I'm satisfied. One hour is a fine amount of time for this whole process, almost start to finish, besides the research. Okay. So I'm uploading the video on another monitor, or in another window. Shorts, Miyazaki. No, it's not here. It's in... Where is it? Uh-oh. Where did I export the video to? I guess that's fine. Okay. Looks like you're uploading a short. Great. So let's change the title to the one I came before. Hashtag anime, hashtag Miyazaki. Sure, why not? Hashtag Studio Ghibli? Why does Studio Ghibli food look so good? Let's see. Tell viewers about your video. I don't know. Did he say he hates the Beatles? If not, what does he think about the Beatles? And then I'm just going to throw in a bunch of like the different sources into the description. Source. And what was the last source I used? The Wikipedia source. Wikipedia source and citation. Wikipedia source and citation. No, it's not made for kids. No, don't restrict my video. Age-restricted videos are not shown in certain areas of YouTube. Limited or no ad. Okay, yeah, that's fine. You need to change the inappropriate language in the title. Okay, so, yep, that's fine. Slightly inappropriate language, but that's all. Video elements. I don't have a related video. I do have subtitles that I can auto sync, so let me do that. Always try and have to upload captions. Done. Okay. Let me see. Video elements, checks, visibility, public. Great. And let's send it. All right. Let's check out the video. I can't hear it. Hate the Beatles. And if not, did Miyazaki say, I effing hate the Beatles? And if not, what does he think about the Beatles? You may have seen Miyazaki saying he hates the Beatles, maybe in the context of a meme comparing him to Junji Ito. But did he say it? One thing is for sure, he did not say it in this screenshot, which has also been associated with the phrase, anime was a mistake, it's nothing but trash. This scene is from the 2013 documentary The Kingdom of Dreams and Madness, where he complains about otaku. I won't get into that, but he clearly did not talk about the Beatles. However, I think I know how he does feel. Miyazaki is quoted as saying, I'm not a person who listens to the Beatles, but I like Bruce Springsteen. This is attributed to an interview with music critic and editor Yoichi Shibuya from the January 2001 edition of his magazine, Cut. I don't have a copy, but there are multiple online sources attesting to Miyazaki having said this, or that he enjoys Bruce Springsteen in that issue. So to summarize, he probably doesn't fucking hate the Beatles, but he doesn't listen to them either. Did Miyazaki... Okay, great. So that is pretty much the process of making a YouTube short from start to finish, done in about 70 to 80 minutes. So yeah, let me know if you thought this was interesting content, if you thought it was informative. I certainly had fun talking through my entire process and doing it live, kind of forcing myself to focus on this task for 70 minutes and getting this video out was very nice. So thank you all so much for watching and supporting the channel. Take care. Happy Halloween.